Peace be with you. Woo-hoo. We are in the era of peace amidst wars raging around our planet and making us chaotic and crazy. And we have with us today to give us some semblance of enlightenment, none other than Dr. Pritam Rohila. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes.
Okay. And I want to say namaste, welcome aboard. We're going to learn a little bit about your peace efforts and also about the terrain in Pakistan and what your efforts have accomplished or not accomplished, partly accomplished, because nobody except baseball players got 1,000 at bat. So, begin. You were born where? Were you born in Lahore or where's your?
No, I was born in India.
In India.
Yes.
Which part?
Punjab.
In the Punjab area, which is on near the foot of the Himalayas, northern India.
Yeah.
And a lot of mountains there.
Lot of mountains. Yes. Yeah.
What were some of the predominant occupations that people have in your part in the Punjab?
Agriculture.
Agriculture, okay. Sort of like the breadbasket and all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was a typical breakfast like in India when you were growing up?
Well, I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Oh,
I'm going to be 81 in September.
oh,
so,
congratulations.
So I don't remember.
Okay. From the
Probably-
past era, but I
probably
can
brought
assure you
first,
he had
yeah.
breakfast. That's why he's
Yeah.
well nourished still, maybe not as big a Buddha belly as me, but well nourished. Nothing less. Okay. How did you first, as a child, get interested in current events and social issues? It didn't come overnight. You didn't just come out of the diapers and suddenly you became a social activist.
No, I think I had the misfortune of growing in my boyhood
Yes.
at the time when there was a lot of turmoil in India, especially in Punjab. Hindu-Muslim issue was there.
A racial conflict, a religious conflict.
Starting in 1906. And but it did not materialize till 1937 when the first demand for Pakistan was made. And then finally in 1947, the Pakistan was
That
created.
Ali Jinnah movement,
Muhammad
the
Ali
Muslim
Jinnah.
League.
Yeah, he was not a Muslim.
Oh, he wasn't a,
No, he was a Parsi.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The Farsi
And
is
he
Iranian.
he did everything that is prohibited by Islam. He drank and do all kind of things that.
Sounds like hypocrisy to me.
No, it was not hypocrisy. He was a Parsi. He was not
Oh,
a Muslim.
okay, so he didn't have to do it. He was
Yeah, he did not
exempted.
Yeah, no, he did not have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, you saw some bloodshed when you were growing up?
Well,
Fighting?
I saw thousands of people leaving their homes.
Yes.
I saw their homes as they left
Uh-huh.
in the middle of their morning meal. I saw them leaving their houses. I saw them being killed one by
rough.
one, and they were cornered in a muddy field, and they were one by one they dragged from a pile, and they were killed. I
Wow.
saw that,
Horrible.
and then, of course, the refugees came from Hindus and Sikhs came from Pakistan, and Muslims went to Pakistan, but not all the Muslims went to Pakistan. India still has one of the largest population of Muslims in India.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is true.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
In fact, we have had Muslim presidents of India.
And Muslims in parliament?
Yeah, Muslims in parliament, and in all kind of very high positions. So,
It's really a multicultural
yes.
existence. It's sort of like almost, what do they call it? Like a kaleidoscope of different colors and flavors and ethnicities. And
Yeah, diversity.
over 50 languages are spoken.
Well, there are about 500 different dialects,
Wow.
and there are about
a big one.
close to 30 different states based upon language and culture.
Uh-huh.
And so there is a lot of diversity.
Good. Okay. So, did you belong to a particular
And
cultural group growing up? What was?
Well, I'm a Hindu.
You're Hindu. Okay.
Yeah, I have
And you're vegetarian. You don't eat meat.
right, and the only connection I have with Pakistan was my grandfather, he was a postmaster in Gilgit and Atak, some places now in Pakistan.
Oh.
And my father also got started his first job in Pakistani part of Punjab, but that was part of United Punjab. But
You grew up in the era of Nehru
yes,
and then
Nehru, Gandhi.
Lal Bahadur Shastri.
Yeah,
Most Americans never heard of him.
Lal Bahadur Shastri
He was
came
my
later.
size, a short fella.
Yeah, Lal Bahadur. He died in Tashkent.
Mm.
He was on a peace mission.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so he died in Tashkent. He was there in peace mission.
And Indira Gandhi later on.
Indira Gandhi later on, the Iron Lady.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us, you observed this as a young person. You were in the middle of bloodshed and turmoil and,
Yes.
and shooting and all.
Mm.
When you went to school,
Mhm.
high school, college, did you get involved in any organizations or movements which furthered your stepping stones to becoming an activist or advocate?
I was part of a student union, a socialistic oriented student union.
Uh-huh.
The whole country was leaning around that time towards socialism.
Mhm.
In fact, that was the problem America had with India, and they sided with Pakistan rather than for India because they were afraid that India is going to turn communist and ally with China and Pakistan and Russia.
Okay. Rohila, no, Pritam. If my memory is correct, and it could be off, I remember that Nehru was a leader of the non-aligned nations. He didn't want to have either aligned with Russia, or the Soviet Union was called then, or the United States. He wanted a third path that would be in the middle, that would not be in anyone's camp.
India was the leader of the non-aligned movement.
Exactly.
Yes.
I remember something called the Bandung Conference.
Bandung Conference,
with
yes, yeah.
Indonesia and Sukarno and all those
yeah.
days, way back. You're really testing my memory now. Man, it's amazing how these things resurface.
Pop up, yeah.
Yeah. So then, when did you come to the United States, and what was your mission to come here? What was your hope, your dream?
Well, I came in 1967.
Okay.
I was invited to come to USA, to University of Oregon.
Okay. That was Lyndon Johnson year, if I go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what the president was.
It was before Nixon took over.
Yeah, but I was invited to work on a research project, a continuation of a research project that we were working on in India.
And did you immediately come to Oregon, or were you someplace else?
University of Oregon is in Oregon.
Oh, okay, that's then you lived in Eugene initially.
Yes, I lived in Eugene initially, and then after my PhD in 1969, I went to Tacoma, Washington, that area, and I worked there for 10 years, and I moved back in 1979.
What made you decide to come to Salem?
I was in private practice there in Tacoma, Washington, and then I decided it's too much distraction. It's better to have a job and don't have to worry about business aspects.
Good point.
So, so I decided I got a job at Oregon State Hospital as a neuropsychologist, and I was for the whole hospital.
And where did you meet your dear honey and get your system linkage going there?
Well, we were going to talk about Pakistan. Let's come back to
okay, back in.
Yeah.
Is she more controversial than?
No, but we are getting off the subject.
So I just want to lay the groundwork, but you met her here in Oregon.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, turning to Pakistan, what got you interested in getting involved in a peace mission, and did you go alone or have a committee? Give us the background, please.
Well,
you have the knowledge. I'm just asking the questions.
Yeah. We have been to both. My wife and I have been to Pakistan on 4 different occasions. The first time we went in 2004.
Yes.
That was a peace and goodwill mission of 20 people, non-resident Indians and Pakistanis from UK, USA, and Canada. And then we went together in Pakistan. We went to Karachi and Peshawar and Lahore, Islamabad and Lahore.
Big cities.
Yeah, but then the governor of the then northwestern frontier province, which is now called Pakhtunwala, Khyber Pakhtunwala, the governor, we went to see him, and he said, "You have come all this way. Why don't you go to see Khyber?" And he provided us with a police military escort, and so we went all the way to Turkham, that is the on Pakistan-Afghanistan border. We could look into from a hill, we could look into the no man's area between Pakistan and Afghanistan, around the Durand line that divides Pakistan with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was our first trip, and then second time in 2008, my wife and I, both of us, went on a peace pilgrimage to Pakistan and also India, of course. And then we went to several cities. We started from Karachi, Hyderabad, Larkana. We also say Mohenjo-daro, and Sadhu, Bela, Multan, Sadiqabad, Toba Tek Singh, Lahore, and Islamabad.
Islamabad is the new capital. Karachi.
And
Karachi is the old capital.
Rawalpindi. And also we saw the ancient ruins of Taxila, a 6th century university town, and Mohenjo-daro.
So, Pritam, tell us out there, the audience, how do you plan a peace pilgrimage? What does it entail?
Well, it involves
take down notes. You're going to get this in your next social studies exam.
It involves a commitment. It involves a commitment to
yes, definitely
peace, and some people helping you to organize that. So we had some contacts in Pakistan, and we have from 2004, and we asked them, and they help us plan our contacts. In 2008, when we went there, we met with different peace groups in different cities, and also we meet some various officials and activists. So, and we spoke at universities, press interviews and stuff like that. And we talked about peace and discussed various peace issues. Then 2011, 2013, we just went to Karachi and Lahore, and at that time we just conducted peace camps in Karachi and Lahore. Yeah.
Give us an idea, if you will, what kind of peace issues did you tackle?
Well, my definition of peace is different from the usual definition, which means absence of war or conflict. I define peace as a multidimensional, dynamic process of interrelating within and between individuals, groups, nations, and with the environment. And this process has to be characterized by empathy, compassion, respect for the rights of others. So that's my definition of peace. So it includes personal peace, which is self-explanatory.
Beyond governments.
Interpersonal peace and international peace.
Peace of mind.
And universal peace, that's peace with the environment. Okay, so that's my definition of peace. So it covers a lot of areas.
Now, you coming from India, India and Pakistan have been at each other's jugular veins for
That's
a long
why we
time.
went to there for.
So how were you treated? How did they get beyond the stereotype that because you're from India, you may be under suspicion? Because there is a media barrier and just a stereotypic type stuff. How did you get around the stereotypes?
Well, the stereotypes exist in the press,
Aha.
okay, and in minds of some politicians. but we did not come across any stereotypes except some people from the detective sides, the government detective side, followed us at different places there in Pakistan. But all these Pakistan trips also had India part.
Aha.
So it was India and Pakistan both were covered. Since we are talking about Pakistan, so we are emphasizing
yes,
Pakistan
yes.
primarily. Yeah.
Now, we tend to also draw these kind of stigmas that India has one culture, Pakistan is another culture, but actually every city has its own personality, and I think you found that out, that people in one part of Pakistan may have a different attitude or values than others. You want to tell us a little bit about
Well, the thing is that
the differential within Pakistan?
For example, language, okay, Urdu language, which is the official language of Pakistan,
Urdu.
and also in parts of India, it's an official language. Okay, and I grew up from the first grade. I studied Urdu. When the British took over in 19th century, 19th century, they left the administration up to district level as it was under the Mughals, and only changed up higher. So the language, people studied Urdu very commonly because Urdu was the state language under Mughals also, Urdu and Persian. So I studied Urdu and Persian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier, Pritam, about these peace camps, which presumably have to do training. Could you give us an insight on what happens within these peace camps?
We talk about what peace is, as I talked about define, and then we do various exercises emphasizing personal peace. We have them to meditation, do some physical relaxation exercises, and then we look at the interpersonal
something
exercises.
like yoga?
Not necessarily yoga, just
Or Tai Chi? Or
no
Nothing
Tai
at all.
Chi, just a progressive relaxation from psychology.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. And you yourself have a psychology background, pretty
Yes, I am.
deep,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you could apply that and all.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there some things that Americans need to know about Pakistan and the Pakistani mindset that would enlighten us?
Well, whatever is wrong with Pakistan is because of America.
Explain.
Explain, because USA and the Western countries led by USA were afraid that India is going to turn toward China and Russia.
Socialism, yeah.
Yeah. So they befriended Pakistan to as a buffer and as their foot in the in the area.
Right.
So from the beginning, Pakistan has been a member of U.S.-led alliances like Southeast Asia Treaty Organization, Middle East Defense
Which
Organization.
is like the counterpart to NATO,
yeah,
sort of.
and several other different organizations. And that has been one of the major
stumbling blocks.
obstacles in terms of Pakistan growing to its full potential, because the money under these treaties and things went to military, not to the civilians. And
So,
military
low
was
touch of corruption then.
military was so well taken care of. They did not like to share it with the civilians. There were always many military dictatorships, one after the other. The civil institutions were not allowed to develop. Of course, there are a couple of other things that happened that went against Pakistan. But that was the zamindari system, which is landlords, big landlords. In India, as soon as we became independent, the landlordism was abolished. In Pakistan, it still continues.
Sort of like fiefdoms.
Bhuttos and our current prime minister, the current prime minister of Pakistan, they are from Jagirdar families, zamindar families. So,
Didn't know that.
so that, and they are not interested in allowing schools or hospitals built in their area, because if they have other options or industries, because if they have option, they won't work for pittance on their land. So it's a maze of control. Jagirdari has been one of the another reason why Pakistan is where it is. Sorry.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about some of the success stories that came out of your pilgrimage. What do you see in the aftermath as achievements, accomplishments, incremental progress? And
Well,
peace does not come overnight. We know this.
as a context, let me
Yes.
say there have been a lot of peace treaties between USA and Russia, and how much peace has been accomplished so far. You know that. So
Yes.
considering that as a standard, what we accomplished as common people was creating the idea of peace in some common people. And and those of our contacts are still continuing. I publish every week peace and harmony news from South Asia, and they go to a lot of people in India as well as in Pakistan.
Let's tell the people flash on the screen if they want to get this piece and
Peace and harmony
harmony
news
news.
from South Asia.
Yeah. What's the website? Where do you go?
Well, they talk to me is go send by email.
Okay. So how do they contact you?
Yeah.
Contact you at Acha?
No, Asia Peace at Comcast.net.
Asia Peace, Comcast.net.
Yeah. And we
Net
publish
results. Good.
I publish three bulletins every week by email. One is Peace and Harmony News from South Asia.
Yeah.
One is Peace and Harmony Stories from the Middle East. And the third is Oregon Peace Calendar.
Okay. I got the Oregon Peace Calendar. Very, be on top of things, very useful, helpful, and all. If somebody wants to follow in your footsteps and become a peace advocate, what do you suggest based on your own experience?
Well, what a couple of years ago I decided that I've been going there to India and Pakistan to spread peace there. We need peace here too. And that's how I created this organization called Oregonians for Peace. And under the umbrella of that Oregon Peace, we do, for last 2 years, we've been doing that, and we are going to do that again this year, 34 days of peace. It starts from September 21st, which is the International Day of Peace, and ends on October 24, which is the United Nations Day. So we do various things under that umbrella and invite local and area organizations to do their things too. One of these things we do is Peace Festival, which we do usually at Lancaster Mall, but this year Lancaster Mall is going to do a lot of renovation.
Did you find a new place yet?
No, not yet.
Okay,
We're
it's
looking
in
for it,
transition.
Yeah.
But keep your eyes on the paper and all.
Yeah.
And again, if they want to be part of the Festival for Peace in September, they should write to you.
On September 21st, we do the opening event, which is International Day of Peace.
With the autumnal equinox, I guess that is called.
And September 24th, we'll do the India Festival. No, Peace Festival. And then October 24 is our concluding event. And there are various events from other organizations also during this peace.
Pritam, what kind of volunteers do you need to make it happen?
Well, we need volunteers, we need funds, we need people to do different things, people to set up tables at Peace Festival, for example, to provide music, dance, and that kind of ethnic, cultural. We celebrate diversity in this festival.
Yes, okay.
So those kind of things we need.
Good, okay. Anything else you want to tell us about your peace pilgrimage to are you planning another one, or is there still going strong?
No, as I said, we are more concentrating right now here.
Yes.
But I still have contact with them. We continue our contact there, but I'm not going to personally go there because international travel is stressful on my 81 years old body with other medical issues.
I dig, man. As they say in Greenwich Village near where I grew up.
So we like to concentrate here. But I want to say that Pakistan is not as bad as a lot of people paint it to be.
Stereotype.
There are a lot of peace-loving people there, a lot of friends we have. Even now we have a lot of peace friends. We have some people coming and visiting us, and so Pakistani people are just like any people any place else. We have warmongers as well as hate mongers here
Is
in Oregon.
Pakistan considered a war zone because it's on the border with Afghanistan? And,
Well, because of USA, again, because the
Yeah,
USA
but
trained Taliban
it's
to
considered-
fight for them in Afghanistan. And then the Taliban were trained to fight there after they got thrown out of employment. They are creating trouble in Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you see as if you were a fortune teller with a crystal ball, what do you see happening in Pakistan over the next year or two? What direction is it going?
Well, I think there is a very good thing. This is the first civilian government which has lasted for that long, because there have been a lot of one after the other military dictatorships. This is the first elected by people civilian government in power, and is doing pretty good.
It's important.
And hopefully military will not repeat, military of Pakistan will not repeat the same mistakes it has done before. Hope it has learned its lesson, and hopefully this tradition will continue. Now the courts are also in working all right. Schools and colleges are functioning. And one thing I want to let people know, that in spite of all the negative publicity Pakistan is getting, that people still, hundreds and thousands of people still get up in the morning, go to schools and colleges and universities. They still go to, they open their shops and go to offices and do their work. So normal life goes on. People are not looking for opportunity just to bombard Pakistan, India or USA or some other country. There's a lot of good people in Pakistan also, as anywhere.
Okay. So we're going to be a little more optimistic. Pakistan now has a democratic government.
Yeah.
The peace process is still continuing to work.
Yeah.
We are less polarized between India and Pakistan than we used to be.
The problem, the drawback is that military in Pakistan
It's powerful.
is too powerful, partly because of all the aid it has been getting from USA.
I got you. Okay.
And so they're a little out of control.
Good. Okay. We have about 8 seconds left.
And so until that genie is put back in the bottle, it's going to be difficult.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pritam,
You're very
for your
welcome.
presentation. We want to get a little feedback from Monica.
Okay.
What did you pick up, Monica?